let's talk about wealth. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about your results. Let's talk about goal. Now today we're going to be discussing about goal by Brian Tracy. Like I said yesterday, I said it's important to understand what you are doing and then what your level of growth. Now, this is very, very important. Please remember to like, share, and comment. Like I always said, I said this every morning take a dose. Take the right word in. Then when you take the right word every day before you go out, before you do anything, you will see your level of growth. You start seeing your financial life. You start seeing everything working well for you. It's something that I want to give you a guarantee. It's just like shield yourself with the right thing that you listen to. Your the income. Okay, why we're talking about this, we're going to talk about chapter one. I'm going to give you just I want to go through the the just a few minutes. Let's see. Mm. Okay, now get the point. I just want to say something. All right. Because I'm going to be discussing some vital laws. The law of why is there scarcity, and these other persons are seeing money. They're seeing things that is working out for them well. But what's happening to me? See, the law of money, the law is not governed by, it's governed by you, your belief and the things you speak out. What you speak out. It helps in your mindset. I'm going to be telling you about that. Why are those who cocaine, people who sells cocaine, they're making a lot of money and so on? What is that attribute? There are a lot of people who make a lot of money. Let's discuss it a little bit. Okay, let's go live. Sorry, just want to check something. Okay, okay, please drop your comment. If you're following, I didn't sleep all through, so I had a little headache, but I'm fine. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 Can't play it now, but I'll check. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. If you can hear me, drop your comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's discuss. Can see this. I'm trying to. Okay. All right. If you can hear me, drop your comments. Okay. Now let's discuss. I want to talk about goal today. Some people don't understand what is the importance of having a goal. The importance of goal. Every successful man has a goal. Every successful man has a goal, and this goal propel you to achieve that result. It's like once you don't have anything you're doing on earth, you don't have you want to do it, you're just closer to your grave. If you don't have anything that you're pursuing again, there is nothing interesting again. There is nothing. There is no next phase of life. You are closer to your grave because that means there is no purpose again. The life become not interesting anymore. So the first thing is, okay, what is my next target? Oh, I'm done with this. What is my next thing to do? Every man has something that they want to achieve. Some people just want to solve problem and look, if I can solve this problem, I'm through. So what is in their mind is they want to solve this problem. They don't want to have this, they want to have this. You see, now they are working towards something. Because the moment you don't have anything that you are working towards, you are becoming closer to your grave. That's the truth. So now, these are the things we want to discuss. But now, there are people who work towards challenges and there are people who work towards wealthy things. And now, where do you belong? You want to be so rich? I was once broke, but where I'm going to now, I am times 100 better than where I was before. Before, I could work, travel, make a lot of calls before I could make some kind of money. But now, I work less and make more money than before. What happened? It's just a simple principle. And this principle, I want to discuss it with you practical. And we're together. Like I said, this is a channel where when you take this dose, you do what you want to do. It's every morning. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop your comment. If you're getting value from it, drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Like I said. Okay, let's have fun. Let's talk about goal. So we're going to be talking about this book throughout. This means you have read this book. When we talk about this book, we're going to talk about chapter 1 today. This means tomorrow we're talking about chapter 2 and then chapter 3 and then to the end. It means those who do not have the time to read but they want to listen and you're traveling and you're on the road, you just have to listen. That's all. This means and then have a notebook and be writing because it's very important to write. And then when you write, you're good. It means you have read the book called Gold by Brian Tracy. Now, the reason why we're talking about book is because when you have a notebook, when you're reading, you become successful. You look at those who are so successful today, who read today, Donald Trump, uh, Mark Zuckerberg, and um, what else we call him again? Donald Trump, so if you look at the great men that we look up to today, they all read books. They all read books. So now when you're reading book, what do you are applying their idea. You are tapping from the idea of those books they wrote. When they were writing their ideas. Now, when you're reading the book, you are tapping from the idea. You are not creating your own idea. The wrong things, the mistakes, directions, and the things to do. The question is, what ideas are you tapping from? Idea is life. That is why you see people always encouraging you to read. Try and read a book, try and read a chapter, try and read a page. And this is what we want to deal on today. So you just follow me on this series where you're going to be through with this book. Now let's talk about goal. Now we're going to chapter 1 said unlock your potential. Now this unlock your potential, what's it talking about? It's like every man has unlimited potential. You have unlimited potential. I was asking myself yesterday, I was like, wait, it means I can own a plane, I can own a private jet. I don't have it yet, but I could have it. Now, in the physical world, I'm not to say I don't have it, like I just said now. No, I'm supposed to say I have it, and I will act as if I have it, or I am working to have it. Now, watch me. Then I said to myself, I was listening to a message, and then I saw how people were living a sweet life, traveling, having fun with family, and I love it. And I said to myself, I can do this, I can have this, because I saw a big structure that cost almost 800 million pounds. I was like, I can have this thing. Now, this goes to your potential, the ability to think. And then when you have a goal, you have a brighter future. Your goal energizes you. It brings a new energy. Now let me explain it to you. Okay, sorry. Let me explain it to you because this is very important. Your goal. The moment you think about what to do, you have a structure of you want to do something, and then you started working towards, you started having an idea of what to do, you start seeing new energy, and then you start seeing happiness. You see that happiness that is coming is because you have a goal. So the unlock your potential is talking about you. There's a potential in you, unlimited. Is you have not unleashed what is inside of you. And somebody was telling me, how can I unleash what's inside of you? We're going to be discussing it today. Now, the ways to unleash these potentials, the errors and the right thing to do. We're going to be discussing it today. And then you start discovering that, oh, I have this potential. And please, it's important to write down. Is that I'm with my notebook. You can see, okay, on my books and everything. So I do write down. It's important because my library, I'm always writing down. In my car, I have my notebook. In my room, I have my notebook because when an idea comes, and the first thing to do is to write it down. I can be sleeping and then idea just coming, or maybe I'm meditating. I just have to write it down because if I don't write it down, in the next few minutes or hours, that idea might flip off. So you write it down. You always go through it. All right. So let's play with this. It's important to know that when you become a reader, you become very successful. So every man has a potential. I'm going to be discussing on this wealth, the wealth of a thing. Then how we're going to achieve it is practical. I was not like this before. I'm telling you. So this means, and then watch how we will grow together. Watch how your level of income, your life, and things will be changing the moment you're shielding yourself. Now let's discuss. When you unlock your potential, how can you unlock your potential? Let's discuss about it. The first way is you create your own world. Now watch me. You create your own. How can you create your own world? Let's discuss it and let's do it practical because I like it practical. Successful people talk about um, uh, what they want to achieve, what they want to get, the right thing. Successful people talk about the results. Successful people do not talk about the problems, the family challenges. These are what poor people talk about. The unsuccessful people, their image, their all the major thing they look at, the major thing they focus on is the major thing they focus on, the unsuccessful people, is the problem. They don't focus on a result. So they always focus on the problem. So the truth is, what is your focus? Now, let me explain it vividly. So the ways to unlock your potential, the first one is you create your own world. Now let's talk about your own world. Like I've been saying, now I want to talk about the successful people and the unsuccessful people. Now watch the game here. When you're always thinking about problem, the family problem, the errors you made, the regrets, and the rest, your eyes is being channeled to that place. What happened? You will keep solving that particular one, and then your growth is minimal. Are you seeing where the error is? Now, because you are taking all those challenges as your priority more than what the successful people are doing, thinking about a goal that I want to achieve this, I want to own this, I want to become this, I want to be a CEO, I want to solve a problem. these people's problem that will make me, if I start solving the needs of these people, I'll become more successful. Okay, I have a target to own this. I have a target to have this. I'm creating this. This is what the rich think. Not that they don't have a problem, but they are not in a picture of all those problems limiting them. But the unsuccessful people discuss more of the problem. The rich discuss what they can achieve. And now you are the reflect of what you discuss. So whatever you are discussing, it is a spiritual principle. The more you talk about lack, the more you attract lack. The more you talk about wealth, the more you attract wealth. That is why you see that whatsoever you talk about is what you attract. So the question is, what do you attract? That is why I said you have when they talk about your potential, that you can unlock your potential, which is today's topic. We're talking about your potentials. You have a big potential. The potential is too much. See, you can achieve anything you want, but where your eyes is, where you focus on is the problem. The things that cannot yield result for you. And that is what you discuss. The channel of the people around you. The people around you. Okay. I just got a message. I just want to check. Wow, check. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we're together. My phone. I have to show you. All right. Let's continue. Okay. Today I really want to show. It's time for people to grow. It's time. It's time. It's time for us all to grow. To grow big. It's time for us all to grow big. All right. Let's grow big. Let's make it interesting. Okay. Now this is it. Right. We're talking about the ways to grow to unlock your potential. So we have talked about what the unsuccessful people do and what the successful people do. Because I have to be fast because of time. Now, watch me. Let's discuss about it. Now that you know already that if you want to be successful, the right words to use, where to channel, where do you want to start? Already, you know you have a problem, which I said every man has a problem. But the successful people do not pay interest in their problem. They pay more of what they want to achieve than the problem. You might be thinking that the problem will bring you back or weigh you down. No, it won't. It is because your eyes are on the problem that won't make you successful. So you want to solve that more. So your priority is more on that problem than the goal that you have set up to achieve. So it means the person who is focusing on the goal to win becomes more successful. That's why you see that successful people think of what to achieve, set a goal for themselves, and then build it. Now, the question is, do you set a goal for yourself? I'm coming there because it's very important to set a goal. Like I said earlier, if you do not have a goal, you don't have what you're working for, what you're working towards, you're closer to your grave because there is nothing you're working towards. Now you want to hit money, you want to make results, you want to get heavy results. Follow me and let's see. And then when you follow my class, my teachers for 1 week, a year, a month precisely, if there is no change, call me a scam. I'm talking about wealth that you have not seen before. I'm talking about results. You start seeing improvement. You start seeing mindsets because your wealth, your income, where you are is because of your level of mindset. Okay, let's discuss about that. Then we talk about then the ways to unlock your potential after you have created your own world. The next is your automatic goal. Now, second function, let's talk about this your automatic goal. The ways to unlock your potential. Remember, we're discussing about this book. So, we're just discussing chapter one of this book, Go by Brian Tracy. Like I said earlier, it means you're already reading your book. Today, this means you already read chapter one because we're discussing chapter one. Now, the way you're talking about automatic goal, your automatic goals, I want to talk about that. It's just like this. To unlock your potential, the automatic goal, one of the ways. Now, how is the automatic goal? Let me explain it. I just want to give you a story of a pigeon. That's the story they give here. So I'm just summarizing it. Now, a pigeon, bring out a pigeon from its roots. Bring out a pigeon from its roots. Get a cage with a net. Put that pigeon inside. Then cover it. Put it on a truck. Drive for more than 1,000 miles. Now remember you have brought out the pigeon from its roots. Now they have drove for 1,000 miles. Bring out that pigeon. That means you have traveled out of that state. Bring out that pigeon. Open the cage. The pigeon will fly. And history said it will fly back to its roots. Now, what is it trying to say here? It means when you have a poor mindset and you make money, you will keep becoming poor. You always go back to your roots because you have a poor mindset, because you are afraid of being poor. You want to make a quick decision. You are trying to be, you're rushing yourself just not to be poor because your mindset is on being poor, not on becoming more rich, being happy to achieve a goal. You are going back to the root where you came from. Now, the same also goes to those who are becoming so rich. What happened? Even if you are in a midst of lack, you are in a midst of those who are terrible, but your root is your mind that you are wealthy, that you are rich. Your mindset is telling you, listen, I'm not, this is not my place. I'm rich. Now, the circle is you. You define your circle. You define where you are. You define the wealth. Now, when you have the right mindset, then anywhere they take you to, you will always become rich. Now, this means if you are in a rich place and then they take you to a forest, because you already have the mindset of being rich, of developing, of building, of improving, of creating, you will definitely go back to where you came from, the root. Are you getting the point? So the right mindset, and that is what is saying the automatic goal. So when you build yourself to have a right mindset, when you build yourself to have a right goal, so what do you write down? What do you plan? What are your structures? What are you working towards? Without complaining. This will help you to achieve that goal you seek for. So when we're talking about the chapter one is talking about unlock your potential, then it's talking about ways to unlock the potential. Then we've talked about create your own world, we've talked about your automatic goals, and then talked about why people don't set a goal. Once you know why you don't people don't set a goal, you are now unlocking your potential. This means if you know why you don't set a goal and then you start correcting it, it means you start unlocking your potential. All right, let's talk about it. The reason why people don't set a goal, One of the reasons is because they think that goals aren't important. And when you think that goal is not important, you end up not setting a goal. And then ask yourself, do you have a goal? Is it written down? I'm coming to that place. And what have said, researchers have said about those who set a goal and those who do not set goals. Those who have a goal on their mind and those who do not have goals at all. And then those who write down their goals. They are different set of people. And then you're going to see what the researchers said about it. Because that is what we are into. Okay? Now, let's read. So the first one is the reason why they don't set goals is because they feel that it's not important. And whatsoever is not important to you, you will not get it. Now, why is goal not important? Because you feel that goal is not important, so you're not setting up a goal. So there's nothing that you're working towards. So you are closer to your grave. That's why you're still suffering for lack. You're not achieving goals, you're not achieving money, you're just living the way it comes. So, and then you cannot unlock your potential. And another ways is they don't know how to set up a goal. And when you don't know how to set up a goal, you're not asking questions. On your phone, you have a Google. You can Google it and say, oh, Google, how can I set up my goal? How can I set up a goal? What are the processes to set up a goal? Make Google your best friend. Make GPT your best friend. There are many things, there are many ways. Then be a friend to those, a mentors of those who are being successful. Ask questions. If you ask questions, you won't die. You know, it, those who really want to grow always ask questions. So then, do you ask questions? Ask yourself, do I ask questions? It's very important. Do you ask questions? Because if you ask questions, come on, you will always have a direction. So, so they don't know how to set a goal. It's important to know how to set a goal, and that's what we're discussing here. How to set a goal. Okay. What stage am I now? Okay. I will have this. Is not how to set a goal. I have this. Meaning you are now there already. Now, the next thing is you are now you will now work to get that stuff. With the mindset that you have it already. Not I will have this. No. The reality is this. Then what are the process to have it? Remember you have it already, that's what you wrote there. Now, since I already have it already, what are the process to have it? Now you are working with a positive mindset that you have it because your potential is too big to even have more than this. Are you getting the point? Your potential is too big to have more than this. Now, what are the process it will take? Now, sometimes you are thinking, no, the idea to have it is not even there, but you're on the right track, the process. You start thinking, you start writing down, you start calculating. When you get the right result, the right mindset to get it, you will see a new energy coming out. In fact, doing it, targeting it brings a new energy. Now, watch me. When you walk towards it like that, you're writing the goal already. How many days will it take? How many weeks will it take? How many months will it take to have it? What will it cost me? The amount to have it. Now, all your mind and all your channel, it is the law of the universe. It will be directing you towards achieving the goal. Things will start falling in place to achieve it because your mindset is there. Your mindset is no longer seeing the problem, the family challenge, or whatsoever the mistake you have made, because already you're now working towards the goal you're seeking for. So when a negative message comes in, it's not your business. There is something you want to achieve that will help you to solve all this. So your focus is more on the goal. So when you were searching for how to solve the goal. Like I said, the reason why people do not set a goal is because they feel them is not important. Then the second one says you don't know how to. They don't know how to. Then the third one is they have the fear of failure. When you have a fear of failure, what happens? When you have a fear of failure, it means you will definitely fail because you are working with the law of universe. And the physical law of universe tells you whatever you see, you think, you will come, it will come to pass. Just the way you imagine yourself wearing a clothes. You have already said to yourself, okay, this is what I want to wear today. You saw it from your inside. And at the end, you put it on. And you said, I want to get to this place. I want to go and buy. I will buy this. I will buy this. You have already seen it from your inside. So the inside is not work. You're not working towards what you will see from the inside. Now you have already seen failure already. And this is the reason why you can't even set a goal. So there's nothing you're working towards because when you set a goal, you feel that you will fail. You will not achieve it. There were times, let me tell you a story. There were times I must wait to have a complete money before I do any project. I have to work to have a complete money before because I can't start what I cannot finish. I said it to myself. But later on, I started discovering that if I wait to have that complete money, I won't start up at the end. That dream or the goal will die. Let me get started. You see, a different thing. Then the thing I did is there's a project I was working on. So I paid first, and then I left. I had to work on start raising money while I'm building the project. And then another project again rised up. So what happened? I started that one as well while I'm still working on this. Then I started three projects. And then these three projects, I was doing them taking my time, but I know I'm going to complete it. When I will complete it, I don't know, but I know I will. But because my eyes were on this project, I finished the three. Even when I knew that I cannot even finish one because the project was too big. But because I have worked on my mindset that I will finish it, the major challenge is that it's going to take time, but I will finish it. And now this project is giving me more money than ever before. It has helped me on my expenses. It has helped me a lot. Then what am I trying to say? Because you feel that you will fail, you're not setting up a goal. So this means you have to ignore the failure aspect and say, I am winning, I won't fail. These are one of the ways to unlock your potentials. Okay, let's look because this is why does people don't set a goal. So the first one, like I said, is they think goals aren't important. Then they don't know how to set the goals. Okay, third one, they are afraid of failure. Then the fourth and the last one is they have the fear of rejection. The fear of rejection. Let's talk about this. The fear of rejection, just like my life when I started. When I started the business, the first thing I did was nobody believes in me. My family, my loved ones, the surrounding, they don't believe me. And I wanted to do business. So the first thing I did was online business. So what I did was I went to Facebook, I started using Facebook and my WhatsApp. I started posting about the business. I discovered that those who do not even know me started believing me. And then I needed a clearer goal to explain the business because I cannot trust my income and the person who cannot give me a clearer goal of where my money is going to. So I needed to understand a better way to make the person see that this your investment can hit this. Because if the person understand the goal and discover that he or she can give value to have a better result, then they will trust you with their finance. So I started working towards that. Now, a lot of people were rejecting me, but that does not stop me from the goal. At the end, people started accepting me. I started learning from the rejection. So you're being afraid of rejection. It means you are not ready in life because you will be rejected. In business, you fail, automatically you're rejected. It, like Thomas Edison, who invented light. He said he failed 1,000 times. It means 10,000 times. It means he was rejected 10,000 times. He said anytime he was rejected, it means he found a new way of achieving the result. Every great man you see today were rejected. I was looking at the history of the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. How he failed many times, but his mindset is so different. His aim is to achieve the result. He was spending. He wants to be creative. So you asking yourself, I hate being rejected. If you're not ready for rejection, you're not ready for success. Rejection is the process to achieving the goal. So if you're telling me that you are not ready to be rejected, it means you're not ready to win big. So the reasons why people do not set goals is because they are afraid of rejection. Come on. All right. Like I said, if you're coming online, we are in chapter one and we're discussing goals. Chapter one. You know, every reader, once you are reading and you're a reader, you are tapping from the idea of the people who wrote the book, and then what happened? You're becoming more successful. All right, so that is it. So follow, drop a comment, share, and comment. Share, drop a comment, subscribe. It's very important. And like I said, take this dose. It's very important to take a tablet before you start your day. Okay, let's be fast about it because of time. Now, to unlock your potential, join the top 3%. To unlock your potential, join the top 3%. So I'm summarizing everything in chapter one. That's what I'm just summarizing here. Okay, now who are these top 3%? The Harvard University, they said something in their research. They said among the 100%, 3% had their goals written. Then the 13% had their goals in their mind. Then the remaining 84% does not have a goal. Then they said in 1979 to 1989, which is 10 years, they discovered that those who had the goal in their mind but was not written down was making twice money of than those who do not have a goal at all, and they were struggling. And then they discovered that those who had their goals written were making more than 20 times the money of those who had their goal in their mind. When your goal is not written down, are you seeing? It is the researchers. This has been happening years. Years. Even the Bible also tells you to write your goal, make it plain, so that who reads it will understand the vision and run with it. Now watch me and follow. So this means join the 3%. From now henceforth, write your goal. Is very important. Okay, because of time, I have to rush this. Now, one of the ways again to unlock your potential is no road signs. Let's talk about no road signs. You know, when there's a road signs, there's a direction. You know, now it is time for you to have a road sign. But let me explain what the book is trying to say here. When they say no road sign, it's like the story they gave, but I'm summarizing it. Um, they said you should travel to Texas in US, and they search for a particular company, and there is no direction, there is no map, and they said look for this particular company. What happened? It's going to take you a longer time to see that particular company. Now, since it's going to take you a longer time to see that company, it's going to take you might not even see the company because it's a very big state. There is no map, there is no direction. So how can you get this company? So if you see the company, it's by luck, and you might not even see it at all. Because why? There is no direction, there is no sign. In your life, is that direction? I said you have a heavy potential in you, unlimited, that can make you achieve heavy goal. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment precisely. It's very important. Because once you have those, you become a reader, like I said. Automatically, you have read for today, you have read a book today. And then what happened? You move your day with it. What you've achieved today, you move your day with it. If you do this continuously for 2 weeks, for 1 month, you will see your level of growth in your finance. Yesterday, when I was talking about money and I was talking about seed, I was talking about how your money is your capital, it's only your investment, even while you have not invested it. But the discipline of not to eat it because it's not yours, but it's an asset. Okay, let's talk about this because it's important to talk about. I want to discuss about gold. As I said, once you have this like a shield and what you work towards today. Now, okay, so like I said, you must have a road sign. What are the road signs? You have a mentor to guide you. You have a book that you're reading, and that's what you're doing today. If you're listening to me today, you're on the right track. You have a road that you're following. So this is the road signs. It's very important. This will help you to unlock that your potentials. All right. So that is it. Then happiness requires goals. Now let's talk about being happy. Okay, let's talk about being happy. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, said that a man is a theological organism. Watch, a theological organism. Let's talk about it. Then the Greek word for theolos means goal, means a man is a goal. It means if you do not it means every man sets a goal. Maybe your goal is to solve thinking of problems that has already been there that is weighing you down, not thinking of a goal that will uplift you and make you become more successful, but you're thinking of something that is more of killing you. And that is what the unsuccessful people do. 90% of the world are unsuccessful because the problem is just too much. And their eyes and their IQ are there. That is why you see that the successful people are few. Not that they do not have a problem, but they refuse, they ignore to focus on that problem and focus on what to make them more successful. And why they're becoming more successful is not easy. That is the discipline. Then they are solving their needs. That is the truth. So your IQ should be more of being successful, setting up the right goals, asking questions. It is the potential in you. Don't be afraid. You have so much potential as far you can imagine. Is as far you can achieve. If there's no limit to what you can imagine, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Remember that since there is no limit to what you can imagine, there is no limit to what you can achieve. They said, in theory, Research says that man have not used more than 2% of what they have inside of them. 2%. I didn't say 10%. Research says man has not used more than 2% of what they have inside of them. Do you know what this means? It means God. It means what the people you look at, the Donald Trump you look at, the Elon Musk you look at, they have not even achieved that. They said research said 98% goes to the grave. That every man has the power to unleash to the level of the limits they want. It means there's a lot of things that you can even do. Okay, when you're into problem, you start discovering that you could do some things. You're like, if I knew I could do this, why didn't I do it earlier? To unlock your potentials. That's what we're discussing chapter 1. We're almost through. It requires happiness. Now, when you are happy, when you set a goal, you start seeing the happiness, the excitement in you that you're working towards something. Now, when you set a goal, there's a new energy that comes in and you're working towards, you know that, oh, there's a life you're working towards. Everything start working towards the direction, the happiness. So now, do you have a goal that you're working towards? If you do not, it is time to have a goal. Then the last one, okay, the clarity is everything. Clarity is everything. Now we're almost done with chapter 1 of this book. Like I said, we're dealing with chapter 1 of every book. Then tomorrow we're going to be discussing chapter 2. And chapter 2 talks about take charge of your life. It is time to take charge of your life. But we're going to be discussing that tomorrow. We're dealing on this book, and this is chapter 1, okay, of Go by Brian Tracy. You see that before you know what happened, you're through with this book. It's interesting. Everything is sticking to your brain because you're watching, you're listening, and then you're putting to work. Okay, let's talk about it. Because every reader is a leader. And when you're a leader, you become successful. You don't eat grass. You eat what men eat. All right. So you are now reading chapter 1. You're almost done with chapter 1. Wow. This is nice. It means you're growing. Then what's your level of finance? It means you're growing. Because you know what it means? You know what it means? That you're reading every day. You're reading chapter. Even you have heard it when they say read. If successful persons will say you read your book, read. At least read a page a day. Read one chapter a day. It means in 10 days, you're finished 10 chapters of this book. Before you know what happened, you are through with this book. Now we enter another level of income every day. And then watch yourself in 1 month, what you will become about this book. Okay. Now, unlock your potential is what chapter 1 is talking about, and that is where we are. Okay, so we're talking about the last one is clarity in everything. Okay, let's talk about this clarity in everything. What did it say? It said you can achieve any goal you set for yourself. Okay, all right. Clarity in everything. I'm just summarizing what the book says. How can you have a clarity in everything you do? Now, it's saying that you can achieve any goal you set for yourself. There is no limit to what you can achieve. I said it already. Now, the thing you need to do is what? To invest in everything that can make you achieve the goal. And everything you need to invest is to invest in yourself. The way you are listening to me, you are investing in yourself. Now that goal you set is now whatsoever it takes to make it clear, invest in it. You're getting the point now. You invest in it. Everything it takes, invest in that goal. Your money, your time, all these things you are investing it in yourself, learning, asking questions. Once you invest in yourself, you become more rich, you become more successful, you become more goal driven, you become more goal achiever. These are the ways to unlock the potential in yourself. Then develop a burning desire. So when you develop a burning desire, you will discover that every problem you are having, every challenge you had, every problem you had, your mind is no longer in those problems that weighs you down. Your mind is in the challenge to win, to become more successful. And once your mind there, you are applying the law of the universe in becoming successful. Everyone around me knows that my interest is talk about money, talk about big things, talk about let's achieve a goal. I'm not interested. You see, you don't attract me when you talk about negative things. We don't flow together. I don't have that time because there's a beauty I'm creating for my family, for my loved ones, for my friends. And this beauty, wow, is so big, it's so sweet. So I'm thinking, I said, take me anywhere. I'm going to be rich. Give me time. It is in my mindset. The poor people always think they want to talk that they are poor so that people will pity them and give them money and help them. They are not bold to talk the right thing. Ever since you've been complaining, how many persons have helped you? Ever since you've been thinking that, oh, if I say this kind of thing, nobody will help me. But ever since I've been talking less of yourself, how many persons have helped you? Nobody wants to invest in where they will not benefit. Now, change that language. People will say you're braggadocious, like I said yesterday. It doesn't matter. Channel it to the right word and then start working towards it. It's the goal. Set a goal and write it that you want to become this. You want your families to become this. You'll be the first to have this in your family, and then you will conquer this. And then what will I do to achieve it? Then develop that burning desire to unlock that thing you're doing, because the topic for chapter 1 says unlock your potential. Now, when you develop this burning desire, what happened? The key to happiness. I will go. So I'm rounding up this. The key to happiness, that's to unlock it. That is all for today. That is what the chapter 1 talks about. All right. So a recap to what we discussed is just like, but to unlock it, yeah, like I said, is you have every potential. You have a potential in you. Every man has a potential. The summary of what we discussed. Every great man has a potential. Now, there is no limit to what you can think. There's no limit to what you can imagine. As far as there's no limit to what you can think or imagine, there's no limit to what you can achieve. All right? Okay, hold on for just 1 minute. Right. I need to work on the light. Okay, like the summary, there's no limit to what you can achieve. All right, so that is it. Okay, okay, it's just a summary of what the recap of what we just discussed, and then we say bye. That's chapter 1. Then tomorrow we're talking about take charge of your life. See, when you take charge of your life, God. If you don't see results, call me and scan. That's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be so interesting when you take charge of it. When I read the chapter 2, I was like, God, I can't wait for chapter 2. You know, but these are the things we're gonna be discussing every day. This means you're now a reader. The moment you listen to me, you're on this program, it means you are now a reader. All right, so that is it. Now, a recap of what you said. For you to unlock your potential, you have to create your own world. Create your own world, your mindset. What mind? Where do you belong? What are you doing? What are you facing? What are you facing? What are you focusing? Then talk about your automatic goals. The goal of, now that you already know that you are wealthy, let them take you to anywhere, you will definitely become rich. Are you seeing it? But if you have a poor mindset, anywhere you are, you'll be poor. You always go back to that root. All right, so that is it. Then why people don't set goals? Because if to unlock your potential, you must set a goal. And then we give the reason why people don't set goal, because they are afraid. They feel that the goals are not important. They are afraid of rejection and so on. Then we talked about join the three join the top 3%, where we talk about people who set goals. The research, Harvard University, when they made the research that people who set goals, there are three sets of people that set goals. Those who write down their goals, those who have their goals in their mind, and those who do not set a goal at all. And then you discover that the three people who wrote down their goals are making extremely more money, more than the people who had the goal in their mind. And the people who have in their mind, goals in their mind, makes more money more than those who do not ever have a goal at all. So these are what we just discussed, a recap. And then no road signs, things to unlock your potential. No road signs, like you don't have a directions. Once you do not have a directions, you don't have a map, things, you don't have a goal that you said that you're working on, you keep suffering. So these are the things that we discussed. All right, then happiness requires goals. Now when you set up a goal, you start seeing new energy arising. This is the happiness. Talked about human being, that human being nature is goal. When I talk about the Aristotle said that man is a theological organism, then the Greek word for theolos means goal. This means a man is a goal. If you do not have a goal, it means you will go to your grave. That means you are closer to your grave. Now we talk about clarity is everything. It means to unlock this potential, invest in yourself. Invest everything it takes. Invest in yourself. Invest everything it will take you to achieve that goal. When you invest in yourself, it's the best investment. Spending money on yourself to learn. The way you're listening to me, pulling data or so wherever, you're learning to achieve something big. All right. So that is, then develop a burning desire. When you develop a burning desire, you discover that nothing matters than to achieve that goal. So everything is in line with that burning desire. So it means the problem, the challenges that will take you down does not affect you any longer, because now you are not possessed for winning and winning big, because you have set a goal, because those goals are more important to you. Now, and then the key to happiness, the moment you set a goal and you're working towards it, you see happiness, you see the joy inside you. These are everything in chapter 1. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Please drop your comment. It's just chapter 1. Tomorrow we're discussing about take charge of your life, chapter 2. All right, this is all we could take for today. Hope you enjoy yourself. All right, drop your comment and subscribe to this channel, invite your friend, take morning dose before going out. It's very important. God bless you. Like I always say, life is so sweet when you understand the secret to create wealth. Take responsibility for your finance, or guess you're taking orders for the rest of your life. You are either a master of money or a slave to it. Your choice. And when you're more friend Engr PAJ, stay tuned to 6 a.m. African time tomorrow for you to enjoy chapter 2 of Brent Tracy. Go. We are discussing this book. God bless you. All right.